What's going on YouTube? Today I'm showing you how to change the drum brakes on your mini bike, plus some quick tips on chain tension and tire pressure to keep your ride smooth, safe, and reliable. Here's what you need: 10, 14, 18, and 19 millimeter wrenches and or sockets, needle nose pliers, new brake shoes, brake cleaner, clean rag, air compressor or bike pump, and tire pressure gauge is optional, and lubricant/grease is optional. Make sure your bike is turned off and stable before you start. Keep in mind, your bike will shift weight when you remove the rear wheel. Right now I'm working on getting the wheel off. There's 3 things you need to remove first. There's the axle nut, the mounting bolt, and the brake arm nut as well. The mounting bolt will probably have a cotter pin in it, so make sure you have one at standby or you take it out good enough to put it back in. Like I'm doing with this brake cable connector, I'd recommend you keep losable items together. The placement on these spacers is extremely important. If you get it wrong, your wheel will be unaligned. Either take pictures or have the mind of a steel trap. A good practice is to put your parts from left to right on the ground so you don't lose the order. Give the chain just a little bit of slack and you can slide it right over that sprocket. Here's where you want to be super careful about the weight of the bike. As soon as that wheel comes off, it'll want to shoot forward. I like putting the axle back in and also put a wood block on top. Like right here, be careful. That could have been really bad. I had to check my sprocket, make sure it wasn't bent. I mean, it's all good. My brake is all good, but definitely could have been pretty bad. These brakes are pretty straightforward, but they can look a little complicated. There's 2 different sides, a flat edge and that other side that grips onto that pin. I would recommend pulling the pin side off first and then sliding off the bottom, or you can take out the springs themselves with needle nose pliers. Be sure to check this spring so that it's actually in place. I already did my brake replacement. I forgot to click record, so I just redid it, but your old brake pads will probably look pretty dang worn compared to the new ones. Those brake pads need to go underneath that little cap piece on that pin, so make sure those are in place. Spray it down with some brake cleaner. Make sure you get the wheel hub too, and while you're in there, check for damage. Now reinstall the drum cover, slide the wheel back into the bike, and make sure you get all the washers and spacers back in the right way. While putting your wheel back on, makes it way easier to just toss the chain back on. When putting the nut back on, this chain tensioner needs to go back first, and then keep the axle nut loosely on there. As you can see, I kinda messed up, so I couldn't get my other tensioner back on. Make sure you put the tensioners on the right way. Here's why you want to keep the axle nut loosely on there. I cannot get my mounting bolt to line up properly. Now I need to loosen my axle nut. Now just get that brake arm hooked up and then the mounting bolt back on. The mounting bolt does have a slot the head slides into, so make sure that's locked into place or else your cotter pin won't be able to go back in. Now we're on to chain tension. Slowly tighten the tensioner nut. You want to do this slowly, back and forth, and you want the threads to match on both sides. The chain should be able to move a 1/2 inch to 1 inch. To make sure the brakes work properly, you need to tighten the brake arm nut. Do it slowly and make sure the brakes aren't rubbing on the hub. Now we're on to tire pressure tips. I don't have a super accurate tire pressure gauge, so I don't really know what I run. But if I'm going to be riding in a lot of dirt and mud, then I'm going to lower my air pressure so that I have more surface area against the ground. And if I'm riding on mostly street, then I'll bump it up a little higher and I'll make the tire firm. And that's it. Swapping drum brakes on your mini bike and keeping your chain and tires dialed in. If this helped you out, hit the like button and subscribe for more mini bike DIYs. Got questions? Drop them in the comments. Stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.